Die Before We Die, the whiskey review show where we don't know what we're drinking, but Mal will be happy to tell you what he's thinking.
Always.
Hey, Mal.
I probably have like lots of things wrong.
Is the battery dying in your shirt? It's looking a little. Might put new batteries in.
It's just like
yours
fading.
is running low.
It's fading.
I would ask you to push the button, but you're a little suspect right now, so I'm going to find out what we're drinking tonight. Here we go, everybody. Tonight it's going to be bottle.
One.
Give us a guess. One. Mal's wrong. 6. Oh my gosh. This could be a good one. 4, 5, 6. It's a Laphroaig or a Laphroaig?
Laphroaig.
Laphroaig. And it's the Laphroaig 10-year-old.
Oh.
All right. What do we know about Laphroaig?
It's going to be peaty. It's going to be smoky.
It's going to be smoky. So this is 43% ABV, the most richly flavored of all Scottish whiskies, the Laphroaig 10-year-old. We've got some dust on the bottle. Let's get it opened. And we can talk a little bit more about how much we like Band-Aids and gym socks and beach campfires. I'm actually happy to have this number 6. That's nice.
That was very close to 1.
Yeah, it was close to 1. The world still wanted you to be wrong, though.
I know.
Here we go.
You know what this reminds you, though, which is actually rather scary if I throw it back to England? It reminds me of a gin ball because it's green.
Oh, the green. Yeah, I'll give you that. We open these bottles regardless of the number. There's no tomfoolery about, oh, we can't open that one right now. We do go for it. There it is. There's evidence of it. Here it is. The Laphroaig 10-year-old. Squeaky deep.
That was squeaky lively.
Okay. Woo!
I don't like that.
Go ahead, do it.
Okay, I'm gonna go home. No, actually, here we go again. We're going into a sector that I don't really tend to go to.
You think you don't like, but every time we have it, you go,
It's been really
oh,
good.
it's been all right. Here we go. Laphroaig, well known for their green bottles,
Yep.
for their smoky, peaty, maritime flavors. Let's see if we have anything in here. Laphroaig, we've got it right, is an all malt Scotch whisky from the remote island of Islay in the Western Isles of Scotland. Laphroaig is Gaelic word, means, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 words. Laphroaig means the beautiful hollow by the broad bay.
Actually, I do beg you made me pull that one again.
Right. In the making of Laphroaig, malted barley is dried over a peat fire. The smoke from the peat gives Laphroaig its particularly rich flavor. Laphroaig is best savored neat or with a little cool water. 10-year-old. We got no batch numbers. We got no idea about when this came out. This is a standard release. The 10-year-old is commonly available.
And this is not what's his name, right? This is not Hoffman.
No, that's
No.
Lagavulin.
Lagavulin.
Yeah. All right. Can you smell this smoky whiskey?
Just the cap, enough.
Yeah, it's intense.
It is.
Yeah.
If this is not where you want to like start your journey.
Right. When I brought up the Band-Aid and the gym sock and the beach fire, there's nothing rude about that. They actually had a whole advert campaign about this, asking people, the whiskey virgins, so to speak, what is this? And they're like, this is like a Band-Aid out of a gym sock?
Gym sock.
Right? And they like marketed it and put it in adverts and magazines and whatnot. They're like, this is what people are experiencing with our product.
And I'll be honest, like just when we go here,
Yep.
there is trepidation, and I can smell it. And I don't want to call it fear,
Yep.
but it's fear because I can smell this. You can smell it a mile away.
It's coming, right? Now, what everybody doesn't know is we have a roaring fire just off camera.
Yep.
And so we're not picking up the wood smoke from this roaring
We're in
fire
winter.
here in winter in southern New Hampshire. But it does match well with the atmosphere here in
Correct.
the bar.
You got your sugar shack going.
And we got the sugar house going right now, yeah. If I was to talk about color, I mean, already I'm going to go with a rich gold.
I would not call it rich
A
gold.
honey
Call
gold.
it honey gold.
Yeah.
I would give you a honey.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of nice depth, though. That's why I want to think about rich. It is. I think it's a beautiful color. It's just got just enough depth. You know, I like this idea of honey. It's not really reddish, but it's not pale. It's not light.
No.
I think it's a beautiful color. It's really nice.
It really isn't like the legs just stay up at the top. They don't really come down. And it takes its sweet time.
Mm-hmm. Laphroaig, 10-year-old.
Yep.
This whiskey is aged in ex-bourbon casks. Mellow gold.
All right.
On the nose, ripe green apple and pear meet pungent maritime smoke in old school medicine cabinet, married with band-aids and Jim's. Oh no, that's me. Cough drops and freshly opened packages of bandages.
Really?
Really? And a horse's feed bag. Make it smell like the morning rounds with a tough old farmer.
All right, so the malty, maybe.
A classic,
Oats.
bad on paper, great in person kind of whiskey.
Are you making this up as
I
you go
am
along?
absolutely not. And that's just the nose. On the palate, a classic melding of sweetness and smoke with soft clover honey and shortbread dough, introducing a thick miasma of salty medicinal smoke. There's lanolin, burning brush, rubber, campfire, and smoked fish, plus a mouth-watering dose of salty kelp and beachside pebble. Every word I said is truly written in that book. Go ahead.
Sweetness returns in the finish, which balances sugar cookies with a menthol cigarette. For all its bombast, the Laphroaig freaking 10-year is quite actually light-bodied and doesn't outweigh its welcome in the finish. It's classic, and rightfully so. I can tell you right now, I want nothing to do with this drink. Absolutely nothing. Maybe the menthol cigarettes, because that take me back to being freaking Paris freaking back in the day.
Gross.
But that's got...
Bandages.
Who writes that? Who writes that and expects someone to drink it?
This is a classic. Bad on paper, great in person. Burning brush, rubber, campfire, smoked fish, bandages, and a horse's feed bag.
So I'm gonna say this when we go through our smelling. It's the apple that I want to go for.
Not the horse's feedback.
The horse's beard. It's the apple. I want to see this apple. That
It's the bandages. I want to find that band-aid. I really do.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah, I remember that smell as a kid.
Let's do this.
All right.
This is ridiculous.
The Laphroaig 10-year-old. Bad on paper, great in person.
Wow.
Woo!
Yeah, that brings some tears to your eyes.
This is what makes people afraid of Scotch whiskey.
No doubt.
This is exactly what people think of when they say, would you like a Scotch? And they say, no, I don't really like smoky. This is it.
Oh. Now,
It's calming down.
it is, and I'm gonna say this. You got the apple. It's there. You also got the rest of the stuff as
Wrapped
well.
in a Band-Aid that a horse was stepped on.
But it's there, which is scary. Because now the rest of it's going to be one of those things where is the rest of it's going to be coming with this.
Well, we might as well just find out.
Yeah, that's great. Just a wonderful way to describe a drink.
Will you hold your glass the right way?
Cheers, mate.
The Laphroaig 10. I hope we're just like, oh my gosh, that's really good. It's so much calmer.
And that's what makes this show so fantastic.
Yeah.
We have all this bombast and freaking
this build up.
screaming and,
Oh,
and tears.
do we have to? Can we pick another number?
And when it comes down to it, it's all about the drink.
Yep.
And without a doubt, that's a good drink.
That's a nice glass of whiskey. It is smoky. It does bring those classic
Yep.
maritime seaside flavors to it. We're going to dig a little deeper for some of this horse feed and these bandages and these gym socks. But just at its initial taste, it is so calm.
Yes.
Bad on paper, great in person.
Yes.
Whether we're going to truly wind up at great, bad on paper, really not so bad in reality.
No,
Yeah.
that really doesn't.
Yeah.
All I can feel is that taste of the Islay.
It's classic, right?
You get
Seaside.
it. You have that maritime
Yeah.
taste. It's there's no taking it away from it. But the amazing thing,
the apple is there. Mm-hmm. There is this like slight fruitiness to it.
and you get some sweetness.
Right. It's as if this maritime is the vessel, but there's so much more happening inside of it. So it's surrounded by seaside and smoke.
And what did
but
they-
on the inside of this drink is this sweetness, is this fruitiness, is this really enjoyable aspect. And there's a little bit of maltiness in here, which some creative writer may have interpreted as a horse's feed bag, which is great language. But there's something malty in here.
So I'm obviously now a little bit being influenced by what we've read, but you get that sweetness.
Yeah.
I have that menthol, that minty.
Yeah, something
Feel
right.
to it.
Yeah, in the inside.
But it's packaged in this. Oh my God! I'm at a fire on the beach,
Yeah.
which is remarkable that you can do that to a drink, and say, hey, look, this is our region. This is what we're going to do, and this is our statement, and pull it off in such a way that that's exactly how you feel about it.
There's some real skill here in the distillation, right, and in the master distiller here, because when you nose that cork, it is like, oh, really? And then you read these tasting notes by somebody else, and you're like, yeah, that's what I just smelled. But when you taste it, for me, it really is all of that happening on the outside, but it's what's happening on the inside that completes this drink.
And I'm gonna do.
Are you gonna do a little bit of water?
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Smell like the morning rounds with a tough old farmer. I can respect that idea. You regret the water?
Yes and no. Yes, in the fact that it really took away from what this drink brings to it. This punchiness of being at the beach with a fire,
Yeah.
with some candy, menthol, sweet. But what I do like is it as in usually when we add water, it sort of just smooths it out.
Yep.
And it makes it even more of an enjoyable drink, rather than just being something that's really good, tasty.
I would say this. Not for the daytime, not for warm weather. Cool, fall, winter, early spring, evening,
Like today.
like today. We're recording this in mid-February here
Yep.
in southern New Hampshire. I've just been outside to the sugar house. It's cold outside. We're going to get in the single digits tonight. This actually is a nice glass of whiskey right now.
This is something that could warm me up straight off the bat.
Yep. Yeah.
And like again, it goes back to this. What the whole point of this show is all about. You have this, you're like, oh, and then you have this, and you're like, holy moly! How is it possible to have something that smells like that to taste and drink as well as this?
Yeah. Don't let your anticipation or your expectation of a whiskey, good or bad, prevent you from just neutrally enjoying it and forming an opinion and being like, yeah. So enjoy being scared or trepidatious by somebody else's opinion and what the bottle says. Enjoy that. But give it your own taste and go, yeah, this is okay.
I mean, is it my cup of tea? No.
Yeah.
But is it a good drink? Have they done what they've said they were going to do?
Yeah. Is this poorly put together? No.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah. This is, in my opinion, a classic Islay whiskey.
Out of doubt.
Yep.
You could not even like mistake where this was coming from.
Yep. Well, let's see what the crew has for us as we've muscled our way through
A 10-year-old.
the horse barn, the plowed fields,
Menthol
mucked
cigarette.
it through the swamp of the salty bog, and said, "Hey, that was a nice little hike." It turns out, everybody, life may throw us punches and knock us on our ass. Real friends are there to ease the pain and somehow make you laugh.
Cheers, mate. I really would like to freaking one day just say I hate this. But it's
not
unreal.
bad. It's not bad.
It's unreal.
Right. It's again. I'm gonna go back to this idea of everything we're nervous and afraid about is the outside. It's everything on the inside that sort of revokes those fears.
Correct.
Right.
And it's that ability for somebody to be able to do what they say they're going to do and
Yeah.
put it in a drink. Just
Right.
it blows my mind away.
Right. Just to say and prove it that this came from the beautiful hollow by the broad bay. This lived up to earthy, seaside, fruity, country.
Islay.
Islay.